G'day guys, welcome back to Fix It in Post. My name is Nick. Today we're going to look at something that I didn't realize has been in After Effects this whole time, and it's basically changed my life. I'm going to show you something that is just going to blow your mind, so buckle up, here we go. But before we get started, I wanted to introduce to you this new product we just created called the Lyric Video Creator Kit. It has 20 customizable animated lyric templates that you can easily drag and drop into your Premiere timeline, with lots of options to customize your text, including colors, textures, and glows. Not only that, we're including 10 overlay video elements to really make your videos pop. Plus, we've added a Premiere starter project with 5 different videos to help jumpstart your lyric videos. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Lyric Video Creator Kit today and start making those sweet, sweet lyric videos. All right, here we are in the After Effects window. Look, you're probably wondering what it is I'm going to be talking about today, and that's, fair, because I have hyped it up quite a bit. Look, look, I don't know. I did like what I found because I just thought it was pretty amazing, but especially for people who use Illustrator, I think this is quite a big one. So let's just jump into here. I'm going to make an arrow, just a really basic kind of arrow here. And this is what I would normally do if I wanted to make an arrow out of, we'll try to make it a little bit more symmetrical. Now that's fine. But the problem here is what happens when the client, for example, decides, you know what, I actually would like this arrow to be outlined. So of course you just go up here and you just click the outline tool and you get this situation here where you get this crossbar. So no matter where you put it, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just there. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just not going anywhere. The lines are going over each other. Now there are other solutions I had before, which was I used to do it this way, where I would duplicate it, and this is a way you can do it. This is the way I was doing it before, which was like this. And it's not a terrible way to do it, but you are dealing with 2 shapes, and so when you move one shape around, the other one comes undone. So if you do make changes that way, it's not great. I do have a better solution, however, and this is where the magic comes in. So if we go down to the shape tools here, there is a operator under the add tool called merge paths. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to click on merge paths and add that to the top. Now, automatically nothing happens. I'm just going to turn that on. As you can see here, absolutely nothing happens except that it actually does the thing that it's supposed to do. So it actually wasn't supposed to work that well, but let's have a look at what it's doing right now. So it's doing an additive right here. And so what it does, it's adding these 2 paths together effectively, and that's effectively how you get the stroke. And what's really great about it is that no matter what you do to it, so no matter what you do to it, if you change the shape around, it'll dynamically change the shape. So look at this, it'll actually go, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna merge these 2 paths together and actually figure out how it's going to do it. Now, what's even better is that so you got to make sure the operator here is below the 2 shapes. So these are the 2 shapes you are combining together, right? So if we introduce another shape here, for example, let's introduce a circle. Let's go here. Well, that's not a circle, that's a polygon, but you get the idea. If we introduce a circle at the end here. So this is where it gets kind of interesting, is because you can start creating these really intricate kind of shapes, right? And no matter what you do, you can combine all these shapes together. I mean, it can be whatever you like, really. It can just be whatever shape you would like it to be, and it'll just combine all those shapes together and make this massive mess. It's looking a little bit weird, isn't it? I don't know if I like that shape, but you get the idea. Another great thing I just wanted to insert here is that with the old method that I was using, it was actually kind of really hard to get the outline by itself, because you'd have to do quite a lot of finagling. So for example, I can't just turn off the fill layer because the layer is still there, basically, because I'm using that as a thing over the top. So what I would have to do is basically, well, I have to do something like this, something like this to basically get the outline, which is fine. But again, you're dealing with 2 layers and it's not exactly ideal in my opinion. Whereas with this method, all you have to do is just turn off the fill layer. And obviously this is the more superior method, because if you want to change something in here, it affects everything else. So unless everything's linked, it's not going to be as easy to change around. Whereas this, if I just want to change a certain shape, like I go, okay, I want that to be higher, I want that to be lower, it's much easier to muck around with than the old method. So I just wanted to give you that idea. So that's kind of the fun thing about the outline method as well, the merge path method, should I say. So now the operator goes further than that as well. Let's do another example here. So let's get rid of that. Let's try, let's pick a different color this time. Let's try something like yellow. Let's try orange, and we'll do white on black. Might be a bit easier to see. All right. So let's do our box shape here. Now, for example, what if you want to cut things out? Well, it's the same operator again. So if we want to say, for example, turn this into a puzzle piece, let's go in here and we're going to draw a circle, another circle in here. We'll make sure the thing is highlighted. Draw a circle in here. So just say that's the part we want to take out, for example. And then we want to take out, so that's the piece at the top, and that's the piece so this is the one at the bottom that we want to take out. So what we can do is we can actually go, so we got to make, so the base shape is the one we want to operate on. So we're going to put that at the top. Now first, we're going to go merge path, and we're going to put that just below the first two shapes that we just created, right? And so right now you can kind of see it's actually merged the two paths, this circle up here and this one, which is what we wanted. Now let's duplicate that. So I'm going to press Command D or Control D, and we're going to pull that below. Now this time, instead of at the moment, it defaults to add, but what you can do is you can actually change the operator to subtract. And there you go. You've actually created a puzzle piece. So this is what I'm saying. This is how powerful this tool is. I didn't actually realize that this was, I did realize it was here, but I didn't quite understand it until recently. And I'm kind of kicking myself because this would have saved me so much time. You kind of think about this. If you work in Illustrator particularly, you want to create shapes like this where you're using kind of a Boolean function to be able to create your own kind of custom shapes. And as you can imagine, you can create quite unique shapes out of this using this very method. I mean, we could add quite a few subtractions in this once we get this all going. You can kind of see how powerful this is. In fact, we can make this a full puzzle piece. Oops, not that one. If we duplicate this circle and we bring this down here, you can kind of see how easy it is to make this sort of shape. And if you make, if you put things like repeater operators on it, I mean, my goodness, the possibilities are kind of endless. You can really just see where the power of this would be. And you can kind of see, all right, so this doesn't line up. So we can kind of line it up here so it does line up. And here we go. And the puzzle pieces all match together. And that's kind of funky. So yeah, guys, look, it's nothing. I know it's not fancy, and I know this is kind of the hard part here. I'm not trying to make stuff here that I feel is fancy, but I feel like this has so many applications, widespread applications for a lot of stuff that you do, especially if you're a motion graphics person, that I think can really help you, especially if you don't want to have to move between Illustrator and After Effects to basically create your stuff. I mean, if you can do it within After Effects and keep it native within After Effects, I think you should. That's me personally. Of course, if you're operating in a bigger team, maybe it makes sense to have an Illustrator file that you can basically muck around with. But in my personal opinion, if I can help it, I will stay within After Effects as long as I can. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. And if you want to keep up to date with everything else that's happening in my life, go to nickbenq_motion. You can check out my Instagram account, check out all the stuff that's going on there. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.
And guys, a whole bunch of you out there are not subscribed to the channel, but you are watching the videos. So do me a favor, just click the subscribe button. It'll just take a second. And if you don't like what you're watching, then just unsubscribe. It's pretty much that easy.
Oh, you guys are still here. Well, that's nice. Just enjoying a little bit of a coffee
It's about 10, 12. It's not real. It's not like coffee. It's like decaf coffee, which is it's just weak coffee, really. How you guys been? Good? Glad to hear it. Man, there's something I haven't really said before, but you guys are really good looking. I mean, I just, I know I can't actually see you, but I get a vibe. I get the vibe that my audience is really good looking. So, hey, it's good to see you. Well, not see you, but a vibe. I get a vibe. So, what else has been happening?